Hi everybody, welcome back to Lori's Boston Found, where thrifted is the new black. My name is Lori. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you found me. And if you are a returning viewer, I love you so much and thanks for being here. In the month of February, for the past 3 or 4 years, I have taken the month largely off from thrifting to do some back of house work on my business. And this year is no exception. Every February, listing is a huge goal of mine. This month, I am trying to list at least 300 items. But in addition to that, this year, I'll also be going through each of my bins and really assessing whether or not things in my inventory are worthy of staying there. Some of the items in my inventory are from 2018 and it's just time for them to go. So this month, in addition to going through all of my stuff, I'm going to be introducing some new content. I have a new style video that will be coming out very soon. And I actually did one final thrift haul on January 31st that I will be sharing with you. But today I am going to do one of my top 5 videos, as the title suggests. I am going to talk to you about 5 categories of items that I plan on leaving behind in 2023. And I just want to say as a disclaimer, just because I'm not picking them up doesn't mean you shouldn't pick them up. A lot of the items that I am choosing to leave behind, or the categories, I'm choosing to do so in part because I already have a bunch of these items in my inventory that are not selling, or they're selling at a slower pace and I have enough that I don't need more in my inventory until I sell through what I already have. So I would encourage you to look at your own inventory stats, see what sells well for you. You can go to Poshmark and go to Closet Insights if you sell on Poshmark, and you can see the categories that are selling well for you, the categories that you make the most money in. I didn't use that as a guide. I kind of more or less used my inventory to help me make some of these decisions. I could have done like 10 or 12 items, but I'm starting with 5 today. These are going to be quick videos, and I would love for you to share in the comments some categories or brands that you might be leaving behind in 2023. If you like hearing tips and tricks about your reselling business and you'd like to come along for the journey with me, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. So let's dig in with some of the styles that I plan to leave behind in 2023. I am not a very black and white person. This is not to say I would never pick these up. These are things that I would leave behind that were a general thrift store price, like between $5 and $8. Nothing I say is ever absolute, and you may have a completely different opinion. That's what makes all of our businesses unique. One of the things that I am leaving behind in 2023 are tie-dyes. My inventory has a fair amount of tie-dye items already listed. So as I talk to you, I'm just going to go through to my Poshmark closet and type in some keywords and let you know as I go what things are looking like. So currently in my Poshmark closet, I have 4, 8, 12, 16 items that have tie-dye in the title. One of the items that I do have that's tie-dye are a pair of John Elliott tie-dye joggers that I picked up at Nordstrom Rack, and they retail for $495. Now, if I saw these again, would I pick them up? Probably. I have them priced at $199 right now. They have 5 likes. They haven't sold, but I'm just saying I'm not seeking out tie-dye. I also have the Mountain brand t-shirt, which you guys know I love to pick up. That is still in my closet. I also have an American Eagle tie-dye sleeveless cutoff sweatshirt that has probably been in my inventory for 3 years that I plan on removing from my inventory. So as I look at some of these things, I'm noticing tie-dyes have been pretty slow. The last item that I sold that had tie-dye in the title were a pair of Intimately Free People Kelly Wash tie-dye sweatshorts, and those had belonged to me. They sold for $22. I sold a pair of Keen rainbow tie-dye sandals for kids. That sold for $24. So in general, I'm not seeking out tie-dye items. Let me know how you feel about tie-dye. I'm also thinking a little bit this way about camo. I would probably pick up camo maybe before tie-dye, but it's very specific to the brand, style, condition, age of an item that I'm looking at. But I feel like these styles, these tie-dye and camo, have kind of had their day. That's number 1 for styles I'm probably leaving behind in 2023. Next up for styles that I am tapping the brakes on is all of the cores. Cottage core, Barbie core, grandma core, all those cores that blew up last year on TikTok, I'm finding I'm holding on to a lot of those items. Even Y2K stuff has been moving really slowly for me. I think in 2023, as I'm moving into this year, really trying to focus on streamlining my business, getting my inventory to a lower point. And somebody asked me recently why one of my goals is to have my inventory under 1,000 pieces. A lot of people in reselling are working to ramp up their business to get to 700 items in their inventory or 1,000 items in their inventory. I just want to have some quality over quantity right now. I know myself, I get kind of overwhelmed with the number of items I have right now. I'm still misplacing some of my inventory. I still have things that are drafted. They're put in my inventory, but they're not listed yet. 1,000 items or just below 1,000, maybe between 950 and 1,000 is a really comfortable spot for me. I'm also juggling YouTube and reselling. I think if I wasn't doing YouTube and I could spend the extra 20, 25 hours a week that I spend on YouTube towards my reselling business, then I suspect that number would be more like 1,500. Like I would want to be growing those numbers, but I'm trying to find the right balance this year. So that's why one of my goals in Thriftless February is to get under 1,000 listings and have my inventory be in tip-top shape. So I'm trying to pick out items that I think people are going to be searching for, not just items that I think are cute. What am I picking up that I'm going to put some keywords in my title that I feel confident that people are going to be looking for? So that's kind of my reasoning behind why I want my inventory to be under 1,000 items. That was a great question. This is something that I discussed last year at some point, or I have, casually through chatting on YouTube. But one of the other things that I am not purchasing in 2023, and I'm really certain about this, is bikini separates. Bathing suits in general are something that I have a huge death pile for. They don't take up a lot of room in your inventory. They're easy to ship. They're easy to photograph. But the reality of it is I have a huge backlog of sports bras, bikinis, one-piece bathing suits. I just need to tap the brakes, but specifically on bikini separates. I really didn't pick up many bikini separates, if any, last year, but that's something that's definitely staying with me throughout 2023 and beyond, I dare say. I feel like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it's been a while now, it was really the trend to mix tops and bottoms. Bikini sets were sold like mix and match style, and maybe that is still working for a lot of people now, or maybe that's a style that you enjoy. Bathing suits are hard enough to predict whether or not they're going to fit you when you're ordering them online to begin with. And then to just have separates and mix and match, it's just not what I want for my business. So I have this giant blue IKEA bag that I want to get through, and I have a feeling I'm going to end up donating a lot of my bikini separates. So that's definitely a category that I'm leaving behind in 2023. Another style, and this is in the shoe category. I actually have 2 here, but I feel like one I will probably more likely pick up more than the other, but wedges. I have a really hard time selling wedge shoes. And that goes for espadrille wedges as well as just normal wedges, boots that are wedge style. I would pick a chunky heel over a wedge. And there was a time where I loved the wedge heel. It was sturdier than having just a traditional heel, and I really loved it. But I have wedges that have just sat for so long. So I think this is another category I would like to look up. Oh yeah, okay, so I have 7 pairs of shoes that are wedges. This is another style that I feel like I've already started to slowly phase out. I have some Uggs, some Steve Madden. I have Eileen Fisher suede slingback wedges that are like beautiful. I've had those for such a long time. Vera Wang lavender, Donald Pliner, some clog style wedges. The most recent style wedges that sold for me, they did sell for $100. They took a long time to sell, and they were a pair of Sorel cool canvas leather wedge boots in a size 6. I had some Allegria Mary Jane wedges that sold for $50. When I look back on these prices, they aren't bad. Maybe it's just the current wedges that I have in stock. Wedges and clogs, I have some that kind of overlap where they're wedge heels and they're also a clog. Clogs are another style that I have so many of in my current situation that I'm kind of tapping the brakes on those as well. If I find a pair of pristine Danskos and I'm at the bins and it cost me $4 to buy them and I can flip them for $35, I may still pick them up if I'm at the bins. But I'm looking right now, I have 4, 8, 12 pairs of clogs that haven't sold yet. Some are mules, some are a combination with a wedge. I have a pair of fry clogs that aren't selling. All right, I have 2 pairs of Sanitas, 1 pair of Danskos, a pair of Anywhere healthcare professional clogs, Colleen Cordero, which is a high-end brand. Those have been sitting, a pair of Bourne, a pair of Merrell's, a pair of Hannah Anderson. So clogs have just been very slow for me. And I think what happened with clogs for me is that I used to get a lot of money for them. So it's been a hard realization for me to see that they're just not selling for what they used to. You know, I've been doing this for almost 5 years professionally. So I think that when I first started, I could get like $50 for a pair of Danskos, and now it's more like 30, 35. This is one of the things I'll be doing in the month of February, is looking at my inventory, saying, number 1, do I want to continue to sell these items? And number 2, do I just really have to adjust my expectation? Perhaps if I was selling my clogs and my wedges for $25 and not listing them for $40 or $50 or more, they'd be selling. This is why I want you to take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm not perfect at how I price items. I'm not perfect at the items that I choose to pick up and carry in my inventory, and my taste has changed through the years. It may just be that, you know, clogs are kind of bulky and I don't want to carry them as often as I did in the past because they take up more room than other items. Shoes are definitely a category I need to really look at closely because I have shoes everywhere. And because I have the bins relatively close to me and I'm somebody who goes to the bins often, I find some really good shoes there. And I find some really good shoes just out thrifting normally. But I've been picking up fewer shoes, if you've noticed in my hauls, and definitely these categories, wedges and clogs, I'm definitely tapping the brakes on, especially now that we're going into spring and summer. But let me know how you do with clogs and wedges and tell me if it's something that you get excited to purchase in 2023. The last category that I am definitely cooling off in for 2023, and it's sad to me because I think there are so many cute ones out there, but if I look at my own inventory, I am sitting on so many skirts. And I think skirts are having a moment right now. Like, I've noticed that my daughter is much more into like the long, like the maxi style skirts with like maybe even like a ribbed tank top or something. I have so many skirts. I'm gonna count. So on Poshmark, when I go through the rows, there's 4 in each row. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 49, 50, 51. I have 51 skirts that are not sold. The past few skirts that I've sold, I sold a Mauve shimmering metallic silver pleated midi skirt. I did sell this Peruvian Connection skirt in Pima cotton. I love that brand. I would probably pick that up again for $38. I sold an Adidas new with tag pleated midi skirt. That was a half off sale. I sold it for $37. Sometimes like the Athleta skirts still sell 20 bucks here. A Lululemon on the fly skirt, new with tags, just $29. Some of the athletic skirts do okay, but generally I have no business buying skirts because I have 51 skirts that are listed and unsold right now. When I'm scrolling back to see the skirts that have sold, it takes a while to sell certain skirts. So as much as I think skirts are beautiful, I even think people are looking for them right now. For me, I need to stop buying skirts unless they are really knocking my socks off. That was a sad reality for me. And dresses, I have so many dresses, but at least I feel like I sell dresses. So those are 5 styles or categories. Like the skirts are more of a category than they are a particular style. But those are some of the things that I have decided to either leave behind or really pump the brakes on. Tie-dye clothing, all of the cores. That includes like Y2K, grandma core, cottage core, Barbie core, all that stuff. Maybe using core in my keywords would be maybe just a bonus, but it's not the primary reason why I'm picking something up. Like if I happen to find an incredible piece that happens to be hot pink, but the brand is great and the style is great and I love it and the price is great and the comps are wonderful, maybe I'll throw in Barbie core in my title, but I'm not going to seek it out and say, oh, that's pink. I can say Barbie core for that and sell it. Do you know what I mean? So not that some of the items that I pick up will fall into the core category, but I'm not going to be seeking them out. Bikini separates, that's a really easy one for me to leave behind. Wedges and clogs, I'm going to be scrutinizing those quite a bit in this upcoming year, and I just have to absolutely not pick up skirts unless they are really knocking my socks off. So that's it for 5 categories that I am leaving behind in 2023. Let me know what you think. Do you completely disagree with me? I love the conversations in the comments. If you like this style of video, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I try to put out about 2 videos each and every week. Coming up on my channel, you'll be seeing a new style of video that I will be sharing with you, probably to start on a bi-weekly basis. And if I can keep it going strong, or if the feedback's good, I'll start doing it on a weekly basis. I'm super excited to talk to you about it. And I also have one more haul. It's probably gonna be the only haul that you'll see on my channel in the month of February until probably the last week in February, a traditional haul, but it's a good one. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll be back real soon with another video. Bye.